intelligent wrestling fan. In the dungeon, see, with Mr. Bean and Van Brian Waters and the brains of Operation Cameron G.
What you gonna do?
When the realm runs wild, Duns in the distance, see us coming down the aisle. You should know we worth it, cause the way we put it down is absolutely perfect.
What you gonna do?
When the realm runs wild, Blog Talk Radio, don't change the dial. Bringing heat like Eddie, I got one question for y'all.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, now, as promised, we will be bringing to you a very, very special guest. You know, if you've been watching professional wrestling, there is absolutely no way that you have missed out on this man's family. One of the most famous family. They've had WWE championships, Intercontinental championships, Tag Team championships. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the Anoai family, please welcome the grandson of Afa, the son of Samu. Please welcome Lance Anoai. Lance, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man? How's everyone doing today?
Everyone's good, man. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
No problem, man. It's a pleasure.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was pretty tiring, man. I was traveling up to Long Island for NYWC. I did a show up there. And then I'm getting ready for next weekend, coming down to Dundar for MCW, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, you'll be down there?
Yeah, I'll be down there this Saturday.
All right, cool.
Nice.
I believe I'll be there, so it'll be good to see you again.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Who you are facing this week?
I'm not even really sure. Just told I got the word to come down, so gonna head on down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, man. You know, just trying to get the name out there.
Oh, definitely. Well, you know, it's out there. You know. I mean,
it is out there.
People love you. We saw that when you was here before. Everybody, Lance, can I get a picture? Can I get a picture? So, or something like. And so
that's awesome.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
now I tell you what. Now, as Brian had already said, you know, you are a third generation wrestler. So we always hear about the benefits of being in a wrestling family. But is there any negatives to it? Could you give us a negative if there are any?
There's really no negatives, man. It's just always staying positive on the end. I don't know. It's tough, just like trying to live up the family name. But I believe in myself that I could do it, and that's really it. There's like no negatives.
That's awesome.
Now you're saying, you know, live up to the family name. A lot of you guys, a lot of your family have been powerhouses, but you wrestle a different style. You wrestle, you know, high flying, cruiserweight style. Does that help being able to show that there's a difference that the Anoai family can do?
I'm not even sure. I looked at my weight, and as a kid, I always loved to jump around, loved the trampoline. I loved jumping off the top rope, doing 450s, always wrestling with my dad. And ever since then, I always want to fly. And everyone says I'm going to put on the weight, and I'm gonna be a powerhouse soon, that the Samoan genes are going to kick in, but I'm not 100% sure about that.
Okay.
You know, as far as I heard you say before that you had a WWE tryout back in May, and that gaining weight was a priority. I believe 225 pounds was like the magic number. How's the weight gain going, and are you close to that 225 mark?
Oh, man, putting on this weight is the toughest thing probably I have to do. Right now I'm at 200.
Okay.
200, so 25 more to go, man. Hopefully y'all will see me up there.
Well, certainly, I definitely believe it will happen. You know, like anything happens when due time. Do you see yourself being in a stable with your cousins, the Usos?
That's one thing I hope I will be able to do. I hope I'll be able to tag with them or even get the opportunity to wrestle with them in a dark match, in a show, anytime.
Did y'all wrestle a lot, like together growing up?
Nah, they're 7 years older than me, so I was a kid. They wrestled a lot with Manu, and I used to be around them.
Okay.
But other than that, they're actually the ones that gave me the opportunity to have the tryout match, so they've been a big help too.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's great. Now, what portrayal of Samoan wrestlers do you like better? We've had like the Samoan Savages, like the Head Shrinkers, the Wild Samoans, and Umaga. And then we've had, the cool urban style wrestlers like the Usos, like we just mentioned, 3 Minute Warning, and the Samoan Gangster Party. Which do you like better, the cool urban or the Samoan Savage?
I don't know, man. I like them both. My dad is the Savages, then I got my cousins, the Usos. So it's a coin toss right there. I want to mix the time. I hope I'll be able to mix both in. So, and become that one.
That would definitely be original. That'd be awesome to see.
Hey, Lance, this is Mr. Main Event speaking. A few months ago, I actually had the pleasure of interviewing your dad when I was on Perfect Plex Talk Radio, and he was talking about the opportunity, because he's in what you call like that rare form where he had the opportunity to wrestle side by side, or have his father manage him, and then he had the opportunity to wrestle with you. So what is it like being the baby? You growing up watching your grandfather manage your dad and your uncles. What was that like?
Man, growing up watching them, it was amazing because you got the first and then you got the second generation, and then I just hope one day that my dad will be able to manage me when I make it up there, or at least my grandfather be a part of it, just so they can reflect and show me the right way, and then I'll have them by my side always. And I hope one day Rikishi will be able to manage the Usos or do something with the Usos being their son, their father. So
now let me ask you this: obviously, usually it's the dad's dream to see their son be able to take on following the footsteps, especially with such a great business. Did your mom have any rejections towards that?
Actually, both had rejections to it.
Okay.
They didn't want me. They always wanted me to pursue going to college and trying something else, because growing up, I was always told, play baseball, play football, do whatever you want to do, but wrestling will always be there. It's in your blood. It's not going anywhere. So always try to find something that you'd rather do. And I did. I played baseball through high school. I didn't start wrestling until after high school. I realized I couldn't go nowhere through baseball. So then my mother, she still watches me at all my shows when I do in Allentown, Pennsylvania. And I can see her while I'm in the ring. I see her flipping out. She actually threw a shoe in my very first match at my opponent. So,
wow.
But I had my dad by my side, and he believed in me. So he's still pushing for me to get signed now, because he knows it's something I want to do now.
That's awesome. It's great that you brought up your mother, because we've seen the generations of your family, all the men in your family. If I'm not mistaken, you have 2 sisters. Have they or any other females in your family thought about getting into the wrestling business?
Nah. My sister, both of my sisters always been a big support. My younger sister, Samantha, the closest she got was amateur style back in high school. She always called me a punk because I wouldn't do it in high school, so she ended up doing it.
Wow.
Oh, man. Well, let me ask you this, because now, for those who don't, a lot of people know, WrestleMania 9 is the brains of the operation, Cameron G's, and myself, favorite WrestleMania. What was it like? I remember we talked before, and you said you were actually there. What was the atmosphere like? If I'm not mistaken, you were backstage with your dad and Rikishi?
Yeah, I was backstage, but that's a big memory. What was that? That was in '92, right? So It was 92, right?
93.
So I was a year old, so there's not really.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was born in 92. I'm 20 years old right now, so I still got a lot of time on my hands.
All right, let me ask you. I gotta ask you this. Obviously, you done went back. You done looked at the video. A lot of people criticize us for liking that WrestleMania. Do you see that being a bad WrestleMania?
That's definitely that was probably one of the best WrestleManias I've seen.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. We have one on our side.
Yeah, they helped put a Samoan over for the heavyweight title, so and then dropping the same night, but it shows that they're obligated to win the title anywhere. Then you got my dad working the Steiner brothers there, so.
Oh yes. I still say to this day, and I just said it a couple of weeks ago on this show, I think that match by far was the best tag team match of any WrestleMania, in WrestleMania history. The spots in that match, when Afo smacked him with that cane on the outside, man, you heard that thing sound off like a bullet just went off in the arena. That was one of my favorite matches, man. I'm sure, you have aspirations of going to WrestleMania, performing at a WrestleMania yourself. Just recently, you cracked the PWI 500, man, coming in at 497. Can you remember how you felt? Yeah, can you remember how you felt when you saw your name there and heard that you was on the list?
I actually heard. I probably heard about 2 weeks before. I actually got a call from a friend, Frank Cruda. He's a writer for PWI, and he let me know. And my dad told me that I made it, and congratulations. And I was kind of excited because I was hoping, because me and a family member, Sean Maluda, he works in Florida. We work exactly the same. We do everything the same. So I always want to do something better than him. And finally, I made the PWI 500, and I didn't see him. But I would have made it. I would have been higher.
Oh, man.
That's awesome.
Now, what was it like? I got to ask this question because a lot of people, when they look back at the fact that, Yokozuna was billed as Japanese, and I always wanted to ask somebody in your family this. How did that make y'all feel? I mean, understanding, it's about business, but did you guys kind of feel slighted? Or do you know if anyone in the family, I mean, obviously you were younger, do you know if anyone kind of felt slighted that they didn't bill him as the first Samoan to, go over as the WWE champion, or was it like, okay, it's a business move, we understand?
I think it was more of the business that they understand. People still knew he was kind of Samoan, and he was also probably the biggest wrestler you see in the ring, and they just knew. So it was pretty much the family decision that it's the business. Because right now they're not really building Samoans. They got they got the Usos really just doing the Siva tie, and the last one they did was Umaga. He had the paint and everything.
Right.